Hello and welcome back, future scientists. I'm Mr. K with Mississippi Public Broadcasting. We're going to wrap up our lecture today on evolution. What I really wanted to do today is do some reviewing with y'all. So, teacher, if you could, go ahead, pass out that worksheet to everybody. It's only maybe 8 to 10 questions. Y'all take about 10 minutes to work on it, see what you can come up with, and then when you're ready for the review, come back to me and we'll do it together on the board. So. All right, everybody, I'm sure that didn't give y'all any problem, but just in case it did, I'm going to go over it on the board with y'all. So what we're working with here today is a cladiogram. I introduced this a couple lessons ago. We didn't have time that day to review it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with y'all. I'm going to read over that paragraph, and then we're going to go ahead and see if we can kind of sort these different characteristics into the correct spots here. So again, a cladiogram is a chart used to illustrate the evolutionary connections between various groups. This type of diagram relies on phylogeny, the study of evolutionary links. Although cladiograms and phylogenetic trees are sometimes used interchangeably, they have slight technical differences. In the past, biologists organized organisms primarily by physical characteristics. However, with advancements in genetics and biochemistry, scientists now analyze evolutionary patterns at a genetic level to group organisms, an approach known as evolutionary classification. Cladistics is a method that examines specific traits in organisms deemed innovations or newer features that serve a purpose. These traits, called derived characteristics, are present in more recent organisms, but absent in older ones. So here's what we're trying to do, y'all. We have these different letters on this cladiogram. These different letters represent these derived characteristics. What we want to do is place these characteristics in the correct spot. How this works is that if we put a characteristic on a letter, we're saying that everything past that characteristic has that trait, but nothing before it does. So that's kind of how it works. We're trying to find these different characteristics, put them in the right spot. Everything on the right of that trait would everything on the right of that letter would have that trait, and everything on the left of that letter would not have that trait. So that's kind of how this works. So let's see if we can work through this. All right. All right, so the first one says lives out of water. So we've got these different letters here. We want to pick the letter that best represents which organisms live their life out of water and which ones live their life inside of the water. Well, I'm looking at letter D here is pretty good, because to me it looks like these three organisms, the mouse and the bird and the lizard, none of these are living their life in the water, but all of these do. So if we put it right here, what we're saying is that these three do not live, they live their life out of the water, and everything over here, they do live their life in the water. So that's kind of how that works, okay? So let's see if we can do these other ones. All right, the next one says limbs. So where should we put limbs here? Well, A is not going to work, B is not going to work, C does work. So we're going to put C for limbs because the frog, the mouse, the pigeon, and the lizard all have limbs, but the ones to the left of C do not. So that's going to be a great answer choice for this one. All right, the next one, C says fins. So where do we see fins here? Well, this one looks like it has fins, and this one looks like it has fins. So that means B is going to be our best answer choice because the fins have popped up here, these two have it, and then this one on the left does not have fins. So we'll put B right there. Great work. All right, so the next one here is 4 says hard-shelled eggs. So which one of these are going to have hard-shelled eggs and which ones don't have hard-shelled eggs? Okay, well, looking at it, most of the fish and the frog are all going to have soft-shelled eggs. The mouse does not use eggs, and so I think the best answer choice for this one is E, because the bird and the lizard both have eggs that have hard shells. So we'll put letter E right there for 4. All right, the next one, 5, says has a backbone. Okay, well, you can see here that the name of the cladiogram is vertebrata. And so that means that everything on here is a vertebrate. And so which of these would have a backbone? All of them have a backbone. And so the best answer choice here is A, because that's telling us everything on this chart has a backbone. So we'll go with letter A for that one. All right, just one more. 6 has a regenerative tail. Y'all might know that if you take the tail off of a lizard, it'll grow back. And so only this one has that ability. And so the best answer choice for this is F, because everything past this one has that trait, but nothing before does. So we'll go with F for that one. So I wanted to make sure I did that cladiogram with y'all because we didn't have time to do it the other day. Your teacher has some other work for you to do, so make sure to give that your best effort, and I hope everybody has a great day.